Hello and welcome to the Mindset Alchemy podcast. I'm your host, Janine Kathleen, and I love helping you understand the power of words, what they do in your life, and what they actually tell you about the way you're thinking. Because something I've learned is thoughts create, emotions shape, and words delineate. And this is how we work together with ourselves to either create or to create a grand mess. This morning, I would like to talk to you, well, today, it depends on where you are in the world. I would like to talk to you about the power of intent. With the power of intent, we get focused. Last week, we spoke about the power of focus. Well, intent is a part of focus. Our intent, what are we really putting our energy on? What are we intent on? What are we absolutely there with? And with the power of intent and of intention, we have the power of allowing. Now, this power of allowing is basically directed by our intent and by our intention. And when we use language intentionally, we actually allow in what is meant for us and we work with it. Now, sometimes we allow in disaster and other times we allow in our dreams. The bottom line is we are always allowing. And it's when we can do this allowing that things shift, things change, things move forward. And allowing is, instead of pushing and striving and driving, we ask, what else is possible? What's next? You listen to that small whisper. Do you get to do hard work? Yes. The difference is it may not feel as hard. Sometimes you get to do things you really dislike doing because ultimately they're going to bring you where you're going. I love how Esther Hicks puts it as she channels Abraham, the art of allowing, because art is creative. Art is a way of free flow. It's a way of experiencing. It's a way of translating what is in the energetic into the physical. And when we work with this art and this power of allowing, it means we say, where can I grow? Where could I grow? What else is possible? And if I could allow this possibility, and when I do allow the possibility, again, that word allow, when I allow this possibility, wow, infinite and amazing things can come our way because we are doing it from a space of being conscious. Now, you can allow people to disrespect you. You literally are allowing them, you're giving them permission to disrespect you. Whereas when you say, wow, I respect myself enough to say, this is my boundary. This is where my boundary is. And guess what, people? You stay on that side of it and I'm on this side of it. We can shake hands over the fence and I still choose to respect myself, respect my decisions, and respect where I'm going. You could hear my dog panting there. He's just come back from a walk where he allows me to walk with him. You know what? I've really discovered in life, we get to have fun with this. And talking about Goldstein made me think of this. He has certain very set paths he enjoys going on. Now, I can allow myself to go with him on it, and I can allow him to go on it. I give him permission and we go that way. And the other days that I have a sense that it's either going to rain or I have an appointment. And then I say to him, not today, doll. And I disallow it. I disconnect the allowing of that. You know, something else just triggered there. We get an allowance, which means we get pocket money, we get money. And when we are in allowance, we are giving people something. So when we receive an allowance, we're receiving money. We're also receiving permission to do things with other people. So when we are in allowance and open to receiving that wonderful increase, prosperity, love, joy that the world has for us, that life has for us, that source has for us, it's just so incredible how things shift and change. For myself, I've learned to do this through wrapping people, situations, thinking processes in universal love. I wrap it in them and it in universal love, because then it is untainted by my filters, my experience. And I just add the collection of universal love and send it along to the person and wrap them in it and the situation. Well, guess what? We can allow ourselves to do this with ourselves, where we allow love to surround our thinking, love to surround our language. And when we make the decision to do this, we allow ourselves to see where we are holding ourselves back. I understand how frustrated some of my mentors and coaches got with me in the past, because I could hear outside of myself what they were saying and what they meant at a very intellectual level. It was when I allowed it into my heart, allowed my cellular structure to change, to format with where I should be going, where I could be going, and where I chose to be going, that I allowed in expansion rather than constriction. And when I now work with clients and I see, oh, this is what they can achieve, this is who they can be, this is where they can go, and they just aren't getting it, I get to take myself by the scruff of the neck and say, Janine, you were there. You were there. So understand the pain, understand the process, and help this person step into allowance through using affirmations, through journaling, through meditation, through contemplation. Meditation is very much where we focus on stillness. Contemplation is where we take an idea and a thought and we ask for the expansion of it in a way that is for the highest of good of all. Because we can't contemplate on what's constrictive. Oh, I can't do this and I can't do that. So when you contemplate, have a look at, well, what if I could? Where can I go with it? Because again, you get into allowance and allowing expansion, the possibilities, and there are infinite possibilities and potential. There's never just one way of doing it. And this again was something I had to learn, because when I grew up, my mom, due to various issues in her life, there was one way to do it and that was it. One couldn't get to do it another way. And when I was able to release this controlling of your environment way of doing it, it's incredible how things expanded, that I was able to allow my husband to do things his way, allow my clients to do things their way with guidance. It's almost like riverbanks guide the river without blocking it or stopping it. And that's what is so important about allowing. We know there are certain parameters for us that are linked to our values, our beliefs. We know there's parameters of our desires and our dreams. We also know, for goodness sake, I will not make an accountant or a bookkeeper because of the way my brain sees numbers. So I am unavailable to knock my head against that wall anymore, and I allow other people to help me with it. They are the riverbanks to me moving forward. They know what to do to give me the best direction, or a better direction. And then I ask a source, what is the best direction? I tap into my inner spirit and say, well, what is the better direction? What is the best direction? Again, it's allowing ourselves to step into expansion, to step into understanding, and to step into allowing. And with allowing, we look at, what am I intent on? What am I intent on creating, receiving, and working with? And then we say, is that really what I'm looking for? What is the emotion behind it? What am I looking to gain from it? And where is the expansion? Or where am I looking just to keep myself safe? A wonderful affirmation I use is, I am safe. It's okay to be safe, and it's safe to be okay. I have places that I belong and I'm able to be myself. I release places where I am asked to fit in rather than to belong. I am safe. It's safe to be okay, and it's okay to be safe. Remember that. Repeat that to yourself, because that gives you permission to understand what your intent on creation, what your intention is behind it, and where you allow yourself to step into your power and create with it. Thank you for joining me today. Come and find me on social media, Janine Kathleen with a K, JANINE KATHLEEN. Come and find me on social media and let me know your thoughts, your feelings, and what you found stood out for you today. Have a good one. Bye-bye.